evening, everybody. Welcome to the Gospel Showcase with the Joyful Hearts. My name is Brenda Foxx.
And I'm Donnie Foxx, and it's a pleasure for y'all to be with us tonight.
Thank y'all for tuning in. We're going to sing a song, and then we have Nate Fortner in the studio with us today. We're going to do an interview with him and let him sing some songs, tell all about his ministry, his publishing company, and all that kind of good stuff. So we're going to sing a song, and then we're going to go right into a Kingsman song because we were with those guys New Year's Eve out at Cross Baptist Church. And so y'all listen to that, and then we'll take a break, and we'll be back with Nate.
Egypt was once my home, I was a slave. Helpless in sin did roam, love like did crave. But when I looked up to heaven's dome, Christ came to save. I'm a living in Canaan, living in Canaan now, living on Canaan's side. Egypt behind, crossed over Jordan wide, gladness to find. My soul is satisfied, no longer I am blind, living with Jesus up in Canaan right now. Satan may have you bound with fetters strong. Look up to higher ground, 'twill not be long till Christ the Savior your soul has found. You'll sing this song, I'm a living in Canaan, living in Canaan now, living on Canaan's side. Egypt behind, crossed over Jordan wide, gladness to find. My soul is satisfied, no longer I am blind, living with Jesus up in Canaan right now. Living on Canaan's side, Egypt behind, crossed over Jordan wide, gladness to find. My soul is satisfied. My soul is satisfied. I'm living with Jesus up in Canaan right now.
What's the Kingsman?
Jenkins, welcome tonight from Greensboro, North Carolina. Singing an old standard. I know you're going to recognize this song. Listen as Chris sings. Come on, Chris.
Now once I was strayed out in sin's dark valley, and there was no hope within that I could see. Oh, but then they searched all through heaven, and they found my blessed Savior to save that one lost sinner that was just like me. Oh, what a Savior. will not have one fear, 'cause his hand will lead me safely. Oh, and then I'll join in that chorus, sing that great sing. Then I'll sing the fair His heart was broken on Calvary, just for you and me. His hands, they were nail scarred. His side was riven. He gave his life's blood for even me. He gave his life's blood for even me. Oh, what a
Oh, can you praise him in this place tonight, Louisville? Yeah. Oh, come on, Bob.
All right, welcome back. Okay, we have Nate Fortner in the studio with us, and we're going to find out all about his ministry. Welcome, Nate.
Hey, I'm glad to be here, Brenda.
It's
and
good to
Donnie,
see you,
good to
man.
be here.
Yeah, you guys used to work together.
We did, and then I escaped.
You was the smart one.
Yeah, he got out of the prison.
Yeah.
That's,
No, God made an opportunity, and so I took it.
Awesome. That's good. So tell us what all's been going on and about everything that's happening with you and about your publishing company. And
Well, about 3 years ago, I started a publishing company, but it was only because I had a passion to write, and I had written a book that I thought people needed to know about. It was to help Christian people to develop their prayer life. And I am the world's worst when it comes to prayer. I just promise.
Right.
And I don't understand why people call me and say, "Brother, will you pray for me?" And I'm like, is there not somebody more qualified for this? And it's like, but of course I'll pray for you.
Yeah.
And so I had went through the publishing process with a different publisher before I had my company, paid thousands of dollars to get a product back that I was very unsatisfied with. And I prayed about it for quite a few months and said, God, show me how I can do this myself. And to be able to help to not only save money, to be able to put that money back into the books, the ministry, and then those opportunities started presenting themselves. And I thought, oh, this is really God.
ain't that the way God works, though?
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
so then it grew to be where I could help other writers to be able to help
great.
to get their books published at affordable rates and be able to help them to grow their ministries. And I've brought a few samples by, if that's all right to show.
Sure.
yes.
This
Please
is
do.
Miss Christy Smith, author of Forever and Always. It's a historical romance, takes place in Orleans Parish. It tells about the ups and downs of a freshly discovered love of a young couple of John McDougall and Patricia Heffelmeyer, and just so many twists and turns in the book that you're never going to see coming.
Yeah.
But it's a clean love story. And, in today's time, we don't get very many of those anymore.
No,
we don't.
And this is one of my books. This book actually came along, and I'm going to tell this, and I've never told this before, but this book kind of came along by accident. I had written my first book, Teaching Christians to Pray the Bible Way.
It doubles as a prayer journal, so you get to write in it. And I had got on this mindset of, man, if I'm really going to be able to help people to develop their prayer life, I need to do topical journals. I need to do written journals. I need to do all kinds. And I started coming up with all these different ideas. And then I thought, well, I'm going to try this out and see how it works. And it just worked. I mean, and people have been ordering it. And I thought, man, God, use this to help some people.
Yeah.
And so,
Great.
and this one here, believe it, this is my mother's book. My mother wrote a book. She had went through a battle with my dad in their marriage, and to the point of destruction. I mean, they had even been in divorce court. I mean, they were ready to sign papers, and it was a disaster even in the courthouse, which I'm not going to go into details on that.
Yeah.
But my mom wrote her story, and she says, maybe my story will be able to help somebody else. Her and my dad are still together. They're trying to work things out, get things going better, but this is her story, and she says, I want to be able to help somebody else who's struggling in their marriage. So
That's great.
And she calls it my marriage secret. And I know
That
that
could
folks,
help a lot of people.
yeah, and folks, I don't know if they can see it on the camera or not, but I can show you guys. See here in the rear view mirror?
Yeah.
This is a man and a woman. In the rear view mirror, I actually cropped and put a picture of my mom and dad in the rear view mirror so
how
you can
cute.
see it.
That's cute. That's cute.
But this year, God has been able to present us with so many awesome opportunities. At first, when I started this, I wasn't sure how this was going to work. I'm not an editor. I'm not an English major. I can't even hardly talk right because I still say ain't and could you, would you, and all kinds of different things. And of course, when I moved to Alabama, I learned a few more of them terms.
This is true. Yeah.
But God presented us with an opportunity this past year to be able to start doing hardback printing.
Wow.
And this is from a couple of guys over in Warrior, Alabama. It's called the Cotton Picking Center Warriors. And this was actually our first hardback book that we were able to publish and print. Very awesome. And it's got our Whosoever Press. We've got graphic designers that we have at our fingertips that are ready and waiting to be able to help to make
Great.
awesome designs like this for everybody. I mean, this could even be like a school textbook. If there was somebody that needed a school textbook, schools, colleges. I mean, we can do these and print these for pennies on the dollar compared to
Wow.
what some places would charge you. So it's
Right.
exciting.
Oh, yeah, I bet it is.
What God has done, because I never meant, here I was a West Virginia hillbilly kid transplanted in Alabama in Boaz, not knowing what direction God had for my life. I knew that I wanted to one day be this really big, awesome, famous country singer, but that wasn't God's plan either.
Right. Right.
And, it was crazy because I found myself, even after I started into my music ministry, it's crazy the way God will take you through turns in ministry. I started out writing a book, trying to grow a company. I ended up preaching at 1:30 in the morning for 2.5, 3 years for night shift workers in Boaz. Sometimes we'd have 3 people in there. Sometimes we'd have over 30 people in there. And so, and it's funny, it's a joke sometimes when I talk to pastors about booking in churches to come and sing. They say, well, we only have about 30 people. I says, well, you doing better than what I was on some nights. I says, let's just get together and worship God anyway.
Yeah.
This is true.
And so we'd get together, just have a good time. God is good.
Yes, He is.
And I'm excited.
All the time.
I'm excited about what He's got in store for us for the future. I've written a few songs and even released a few songs to radio. And I've got one right now, Why'd You Take Her Away is the title. Actually is in the top 20 on Christian country music with HLE Radio
Yeah.
out of
That's great.
Louisiana. So it's
Awesome.
it's amazing what God can do, and it's
Yeah.
just through obedience.
Right. That's the main thing.
Now, are you still doing the radio?
Radio show, I work with WZCT 1330 AM out of Scottsboro. I do some work there with Miss Regina Leith.
Yeah. We know Regina.
Sweet woman.
She is.
Sweet
She
woman.
is.
And but I am not. I don't have my radio show to the extent that I did before. I am still doing some radio show. It's the Author Minute, but we are based on YouTube. Is where the radio show is based off of. That way we can help authors and even artists to get out there who need some exposure, who don't have any exposure. They don't know how to get exposure. And that's what we do with the radio show is bring authors in. Matter of fact, we just had an author in one day this week. I did an interview with an author out of Michigan. Anthony Ritholler has written such an amazing book. Now, he's not a Whosoever Press author, but he had come to me, and his book, he's just telling me, he says, this book has sold hundreds of copies. I've give hundreds of copies away. He says, people are calling me in the middle of the night, coming by my house, knocking on the door in the wee hours of the morning to tell me what God has done in their life after they've read this book. And I thought, man. And he's like, Nate, would you like to have a copy? I'm like, send it on, brother. I said, I'll read it.
Very good. Very good.
Now, the last time you and I talked, you've been doing a lot up around Virginia and West Virginia.
Yeah.
You still going up there quite a bit?
Yeah, I actually just come back from Christmas, was up there. Went up to visit with the family. Didn't do any singings or performances or anything like that this past trip. But definitely always in and out of West Virginia, around that area. Of course, that's where I grew up. Is around that area. That's where my family is. Parents live up there. My sister's there. Great place to grow up. I remember growing up there, being in the mountains, spending time with Grandma on the weekends.
Yes.
And matter of fact, there's my grandmother passed away back in 2012, and sweet woman. And I prayed and I said, God, give me a way that I can honor my grandmother. And he gave me a song, and it's on my most recent album. Matter of fact, I've got it right here. It's called "Renew Me, I Pray," is the title of the album, and the song is called "A Bride Adorned for Her King."
Oh, I think that's good. You
when
don't
you hear-
sing that?
I don't have it on the lineup, but maybe we can do so after. And but my grandmother was a special woman. For those who hear the song, it talks about the angels, how the angels had begun to gather in her room.
Wow.
And as she saw, she knew that something was about to happen. She knew that she was about to meet Jesus.
Yeah.
And the song talks about how heaven met earth right there in her room.
Wow.
And that's
a powerful song.
You would just have to have known my grandmother to understand she had angels all over her house.
Oh, my goodness.
Statues, figurines, everything.
Yeah.
And it was just God how all that happened. It was just amazing.
That's good. Well, we're going to take a break right now, and then Nate's going to come back and sing a few songs for us. So we'll be right back.
The Fairview Superette truly is your one-stop shop and the locals' favorite. Of course, they have gas, diesel, kerosene, and propane gas for the grill, as well as snacks, soft drinks, health and beauty items, and automotive supply. For some of the best food around, check out their deli, which is open 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., serving the best homemade food around. Full-service breakfast that is second to none. Lunch specials include 1 meat, 2 vegetables, dessert, and drink for only $5.89. Dine in or carry out. Family-owned and operated. Good food, friendly people.
At Premier Bank, you have a financial partner you can depend on. Hi, I'm Jay Mullins, president of Premier Bank, with some exciting news about our financial strength and performance. For the 6th consecutive year, our bank has been rated 5 stars by Bauer Financial, an independent firm that has been analyzing and reporting on the financial condition of the nation's banking industry since 1983. This prestigious rating means that we are one of the strongest banks in the nation, and a safe and sound bank you can depend on.
Delicious stud, hun.
Eat up. There's plenty more.
Billy, eat your stud. Think of the termites whose homes were protected with Termidor.
Aw, Dad. The Browns will never get Termidor. They're clueless. Yeah, they even think homeowners insurance covers our damage.
Do you hear laughing?
It's probably just the pipes.
Target Pest Control. We aim to please.
How can I embrace the thought of your grace when I
I can't see past the shame of my disgrace, unworthy of your mercy, unfit for forgiveness, broken and empty, I fall to my knees. Help me to rise and believe there is still hope for me. Though I have sinned, you have erased it. I want to shine for your glory, spreading the love of your story. Refine me, renew me, I pray. By the cross and the grave, your blood cried my name. Your love is relentlessly chasing me. The stone rolled away, you wiped my tears away. The veil can no longer hold you bound. Help me to rise and believe there is still hope for me. Though I have sinned and you have erased it, I want to shine for your glory, spreading the love of your story. Refine me, renew me, I pray. Refine me, renew me, Lord, I pray. I know I've had to say that prayer many times. Renew me, Lord, I pray. I'd like to sing another song for you, if that's all right. This is a song that I wrote for my grandmother, a very special woman. It says, "A bride adorned for her king." My mind can't even fathom what Grandma got to see as she prepared to leave for eternity. As she lay there taking her last breath, she prayed for her family. The room was filled with such enchantment as the glory of the angels filled her eyes. White wings trimmed in gold, such a splendid sight to see. She knew Jesus must be on his way. Heaven met earth there in that room when she saw him face to face. Like a prince, he took her hand and said, "Your room is prepared." Then like a bride adorned for her king, arrayed in splendorous beauty, Jesus walked her down heaven's aisle. As the angels angels sang glory, glory to the Lamb. The Father spoke up and said, my child, welcome home.
Is that not good? Hey, we're going to close out. We're going to let Nate close us out. Thank y'all for watching us tonight, and y'all just be blessed. God bless you.
As I lie here in the dark with her on my mind, looking at the stars shining bright in the sky. Each one sparkles like a smile I remember on her face. My tears, they keep falling, and you know that I still pray. Why'd you take her away? I'm missing her like crazy. My world is falling apart. God, you know it broke my heart. I won't ever be the same. She'll never share my last name. God, I just don't understand why you took her away. We were set to marry in the springtime, start a family, live the dream. A little house, a little dog, a little one of our own. But when I lost her, then I prayed. God said I lost someone too, because I gave my only son. She'll be waiting here for you. Why'd you take her away? I'm missing her like crazy. My world is falling apart. God, you know it broke my heart. I won't ever be the same. She'll never share my last name. But because you gave your son, I know I'll see her